What's up, everybody? We are live. Check it out. I got my little brother here, Jaden. We're going to do a live reading with you all, and I'm so excited. Sorry for any inconvenience with the time switches. We had a lot of different things going on. I'm in Indiana right now and visiting my family, my dad's side of the family. Big family reunion last night, which was amazing. And we're here now, able to do this live reading. And I got my time switched up because I thought we were Eastern time here, but we're Central time here. So I was thinking we were going to start in an hour, but now we're starting now because it's Central time here. So it's a little bit after 10:10, but that's okay. I've got tons of amazing information for you. And say hey to my brother Jaden, because he is super excited to be here. Are you getting shy on me? He's getting shy on me. So I am so excited to talk to you about what's going on this week. Let's review a little bit of last week first, and then I'll talk to you guys about your questions and comments in just a second. But let's review last week. Last week we had the cards Solitude in the beginning of the week, then we had Gratitude for the middle of the week, and then we had Abundance of Sothis in the end of the week, which is where we're at now. So we are pulling in a lot of abundance, we're pulling in a lot of love, we're pulling in a lot of security and support and gratitude for family, and we are just super connected to that. And so I want to just go over a little bit of the energy too with the solar eclipse last week as well, because I know that that was a really big deal last week with our shadow aspects being shown in the light so that we could clear and purge anything that's not serving us, allowing us to be more connected to our inner self and our true heart's desire. And that's where we're flowing into for this week as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the weekly reading for this week, 7/7, which is today, all the way till next Sunday, 7/14, and we're going to be able to get right into it right now with some spirit messages. So let's go there first. So let me talk a little bit about what, let me give you a little bit of background with my brother here, because I want to talk to you guys about this, because this is really important, and I think it's also very important with the energy this week. So if you guys have been following me a while, you know that I was just talking about how I recently reconnected with my father since I was 4 years old. I hadn't seen my dad since I was 4. I didn't even get to meet my little brothers. I got another older brother, older than Jaden. I've got one who's 21. His name's little Tommy, and he's sleeping right now because we had a big old party last night. But I want to talk about this because this is a huge thing, reconnecting with family, reconnecting with parts of yourself that you haven't been able to experience in a very long time, being able to find new connections, so important. And it's just been so crazy that I was able to reconnect with my dad, and then now I'm here in Indiana, and they threw me a huge family reunion. Check out this shirt Jaden's wearing. They made little shirts for me. Welcome home, Marissa, and that's me. Oh, and the back says, what does it say? Our circle is complete. It was so beautiful. So we all had matching shirts, and it was just the most amazing experience. And I really encourage everybody, anybody who has any estranged family, anybody who hasn't connected to certain people in a long time and just needs a little bit of that connection, or is just curious about what that connection may hold, knowing that there's a lot of healing going on through love and deep family connections and deep inner work. So I encourage you to do that. And Susan says, hi, Jaden. He waved at you. So happy that you guys are connected here and able to see this, because it's so special to me. Literally one of the happiest moments of my life yesterday. So I just couldn't be more in bliss right now. So I just want to invite that into everybody's heart to just really be open this week. And we had a lot of heart softening last week with the solar eclipse as well, and we're going to get that even more, especially also last week with the new moon in Cancer, that heart chakra zodiac sign. So we're feeling that sense of opening our heart in more ways than we ever have, and being able to connect so deeply to our spirit in that way. So open your heart, soften your heart, let go of any anger, resentment, or frustration that you might be experiencing with anybody that you know you need to connect with that are important in your life, and let your pride go so that you can connect to those that are important to you. So let's go ahead and get into spirit messages. Let me see what you guys are saying right now. Everybody's saying hi, Jaden. Hi, lovely and mini lovely. Yes, beautiful family. Thank you. Blessings all around. Thank you so much. Those shirts are the sweetest. Jasenia said, I'm so happy for you, love. I'm so happy too. Linda made it. Hey, Linda. Hey, Josie. Hey, Cam. Good morning. Penelope says, hi, Jaden, as well. Marie says, I know, right? And Susan says, oh, it's beautiful. Although I connected with family at a funeral, it was beautiful knowing my uncle was released from his crippled pain body. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes family functions happen, and sometimes certain situations are not the happiest moments to connect with family, but they're still so important, right? So I'm so glad you got that connection with your family, Susan, and I'm so glad your uncle transitioned in grace and comfort and was released into the spirit world so that he can feel free completely. All right, so let's go into spirit messages for this week. These are the messages I got through meditation and readings all week. And the first message is action continues to bring us into our new path. And I can definitely testify to that because action, calling my dad up and saying, hey, let's talk, let's reconnect, got me here, seeing my brother, seeing all my family yesterday, and I'm here in Indiana. That action has allowed me to step into a new path, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. And that was from the new moon energy last week as well, with that Cancer heart chakra energy, opening our heart and encouraging us to act. It is also very important for us to think before we act this week. We have a Mercury retrograde. It started today. So Mercury retrograde is all about relationships. It's all about commitment. It's all about communication. And some unexpected things can happen with Mercury retrograde that can kind of knock us off in certain ways. So we want to really think before we act as well and make sure that when we act, we're doing it true to our heart also. Now we also have emotional balance and integration of heart wisdom. So all of the experiences that we had from the new moon in Cancer last week, all of the heart awakening aspects of ourself are allowing us to be able to integrate that wisdom and allow us to really connect even deeper to our heart and really embody that heart center and that heart chakra connection. We also have communication, commitments, and relationship as a focus, like I just said, for that retrograde. So making sure that we're really focusing on that we're really allowing our communication to be clear and effective, that we're allowing our commitments to be viewed and seen from a bigger picture perspective. It's also really important to try not to make any major commitments or sign any major contracts during retrograde, Mercury retrograde, I should say. And Mercury retrograde lasts about 2 weeks, so that'll be until around the 21st of July. And I don't know the date specifically, so if anybody knows the exact date that Mercury retrograde ends this month, then let me know in the comments. But it usually lasts about 2 weeks, sometimes 3. So really focusing on that, and relationships. Relationships are a huge focus. So make sure that you're holding your family close, that you're holding your partners close, that you're allowing yourself to really observe the relationships you have with yourself as well and others, so that you can clearly activate that energy of personal development in Mercury retrograde. Anytime a planet goes retrograde, it's a time for us to work on ourselves. A lot of people have a negative connotation with Mercury retrograde, but it's not negative. It allows us to surrender, release, and connect deeper to our consciousness, okay, and our connections to others. Now the next message is to try not to make too many promises or commitments until after retrograde. I already said that, so I'll move on from there, but it's really important. So make sure that you're just kind of aware of that and that you're really focusing on not making any promises or commitments too soon, too fast, or in this retrograde. Now, our consciousness has shifted and given us much of our miracles of forgiveness and freedom. That was a big message that I got as well, that our consciousness has completely transformed our perceptions of things, of our life, of ourself, of our experiences. It's all completely shifted, and it's a lot to do with our heart, that connection to our heart. So make sure that you recognize the miracles in forgiveness and freedom that come with that softening of heart. If you started to feel more into your heart this week or last week, and you started to feel more forgiving of others, you started to feel more free in that forgiveness, then you're on the right track. So follow that intuition. Don't hold pride or resentment when you don't need to. Allow it to be released so that you can really open your heart up to even more of that deep love and connection. Now I'm also going to go over just a couple of little aspects of our life. I'm going to go over a message from work, a message for love, and a message for family for this week as well. So let me get into that real quick. So for work, okay, this is going to be really important for this week. Overzealous coworkers may cause some irritations in you. So make sure that you're not getting too wrapped up in the way people talk to you or what they say. Allow yourself to breathe and think before you act. There's some authority that can be overbearing in your work life this week, so just be on the lookout for that, and know that by being aware of it, you can respond to it with grace and serenity and control. That way you don't rock the boat in any other areas of your life that you don't need to. So that's for work. So overzealous coworkers and overbearing authority can cause a little tension, so make sure to breathe and think before you act. Now in love, the heart is softer. It's okay. In love, the heart is softer and more open this week. So use this as a means to deeply communicate. So allow us to really feel our heart center, to feel our love, to feel our gratitude, and know that when we open up to our heart, when we connect deeper, we're communicating better. We're allowing ourselves to connect to our consciousness even more. And that heart softening is so important to give us our true heart's desire, to align us to our path, our purpose, our love, and our ability to connect to all things in love. So that is super important. It's not just a message for loving relationships, it's a message for every aspect of your life, right? That heart softening, that opening up to your true heart's desire. Now with family, the true essence in family is being revealed. So a lot of aspects of our family life are being revealed to us. We're seeing really amazing things in our family, and we're also seeing really amazing truths that we needed to see. So that could be different for everybody. Sometimes that can be truths that you didn't see that were kind of covered up that might give you a new perspective about your family, whether it's positive or negative. Either way, you're learning something, you're getting something out of it, you're deepening your awareness. So whatever that means for you, allow yourself to see some of those truths revealed and really understand the true essence of your family, and feeling that even harder. Susan said your truth will manifest in the work area. That is true as well. A lot of our truth and our true heart's desire will manifest in work as well. And that's why a lot of shifts are happening for us in love, in work, in family, because we are softening our heart, we are aligning more to our true heart's desire, and we're starting to act on it now. We're starting to embody it. And this week is another week of action. It's another action-packed week, encouraging us to behave and act upon the energy that we receive and that we feel, okay? Now let's go ahead and get into astrology so that we can move right into that and tap into the stars and the planets, knowing that those all affect our energy as well. And so let's go into that real quick. Astrology for this week, 7/7 today, the Mercury retrograde. So like I said, Mercury is not direct now, it's going retrograde. So it's feeling very, very strong in its characteristics. Mercury is in charge of consciousness, communication, and our connection with others. And so we want to allow that to be the focus, and we want to allow ourselves to see the bigger picture perspective in all of those areas for this retrograde. It is a favorable period for personal development, like I said, and it's allowing us to surrender and release, and also encouraging data integration. This is super important because we just went through a new moon in Cancer last week. We had a solar eclipse. All of that energy affects us. So we are literally integrating all of the data that we received last week, all of the interactions, all of the information, all of the energy that we understood and felt. We're now embodying, and we're starting to act on it. We're starting to develop that and integrate it into our lifestyle, which is amazing. So we really want to focus on how we're integrating that data and making sure that making sure that we're not forgetting the things and the lessons we learned last week, that we're actually moving in with action on those things, okay? All right, and that's also important to equally listen as it is to speak this week, reminding ourselves that sometimes the best thing to do is to just listen instead of try to come up with answers or try to control things or try to speak and talk it out. Sometimes the best thing to do is just sit and listen. Listen to those that you're speaking to, and also listen to yourself, your inner voice, because that's going to give you more clarity, okay? All right, so then on tomorrow, 7/8, Monday, Venus sextiles Uranus and Venus squares Chiron. So we got a lot of Venus energy. Venus is the planet of love. It's connected to love and relationships and family. So we have tons of that influence, and we know that the stars are connected to ourselves because we have that light within us, and we are connected to the source, the creator of all that is, that created the stars and galaxies. So it influences us as well, and we're feeling that energy, that Venus energy. And when it sextiles sextiles Uranus, it allows us to crave a creative shift in love. It allows us to focus on our higher mind, our ability to have imagination and connection to spirit and intuition, and use that connection in our ability to move and navigate in our love relationships. That can be personal relationships with our loving partners or family and friends as well. And then Venus squaring Chiron means that we're healing through love and family. So any kind of experiences that you have with loving partners or family members, you're going to be healing through it. You're going to be feeling a sense of relief and liberation and healing from whatever you experience in that way. We're also feeling exploration and excitement of all of those areas as well. So feeling our passion, feeling our excitement to move us into new action with our family and love, it's going to allow us to heal even more as well. Let's see what your comments are so far. Susan says, I was released from my job due to corporate downsizing. The universe worked for me in that area, and I've been doing my own work these past several weeks. So awesome. Congratulations for surrendering and really following your heart. That's so important. And let's see who else. Josie says, yes, I'm over this company at a store and they suck. So yes, it's so important to trust your intuition. Sometimes that means to leave certain areas and move into something you're more passionate about, more excited about. Andrea says, I've learned that loving some of my family from a physical distance is the best thing I can do for them and me at this time. And yes, sometimes that is the best thing you can do depending on the situation. And just knowing that you can give love from a distance, knowing that you can feel into your family perspectives and your understandings of it by connecting with Source and by sending your love through Source to them, and your gratitude will absolutely continue that connection. And when it's time to come back to them or circle back, if ever, you'll feel it and you'll have the intuition to do so. Okay, so moving on to Tuesday, 7-9, July 9th, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Mars, okay? And what does that mean? It means that Mercury, the planet for communication, consciousness, and relationship with others, and that retrograde focus, that activation of all of those aspects, are going to meet Mars, action. Mars is all about passion and action and movement, okay? So we're gonna feel even more Mercury retrograde energy on Tuesday. So make sure that you just bear down on Tuesday and know that there's probably going to be some intense energy to feel, and you're going to be really motivated to act on it, and you're going to feel very passionate about how you feel. So make sure that you just have that in mind. Your passionate, fiery thoughts are going to turn into activity. And so it's also important to turn inward so that you can think before you act. You can really know that your intuition is guiding you and that you're centered in yourself as well. Acting on ideas with balance and mental engagement, making sure that you're not too impulsive with it, that you're allowing yourself to think clearly. Super, super important for Tuesday because it's going to be intense, okay? And that's going to also be part of that energy that I'm feeling for the work message that I got about overbearing authority and overzealous coworkers. So know that that's probably going to be even more intense on Tuesday too. So just bear with that and be prepared. All right, then Thursday, we've got the Sun trine Neptune, which means that we are going to have more sensitivity, more of a gentle nature, which is going to be a great come down from that fiery energy of Mars on the day before. We're also going to feel a lot of compassion as well, which is going to be so great. Empathy for others, understanding others, connecting to others, and feeling more comfortable there. We're going to be wanting to serve others as well, giving out our love, giving out our gratitude, giving out our gifts and talents and our ability to help others. So important, and that's going to amplify your abundance because it always does. Whenever you give, you get that much in return at some point. It's just this beautiful law of the universe, just constantly giving and getting what we receive. And so it's important to make sure you know what you're giving out so that you know what you're also receiving and how that interacts together. Now we're also having a Mars trine Chiron that day, so we're going to feel liberated through healing and through action. So we're going to have even more encouragement to act, and when we act, we're going to be feeling free from our actions, liberated and connected to our truth. Then we have a Mars squares Uranus, which means that we're stepping out of our comfort zone into more of a passionate action and a higher mind perspective. So we're feeling even more of that action. So much action this week. You're just going to be active all day, so busy. Make sure you guys get rest as well, because that's going to be an important balance for this week. And then finally, at the end of the week, Sunday, 7/14, we've got tons of sevens in that number. July is the 7th month. We've got 14, which 2 sevens there. So lots of sevens. And today we have double sevens, right? So we've got a lot of that heavenly energy, that angelic realm opening up, connecting us to our divine source, connecting us to our guardian angels, allowing us to feel guided by our angels and protected, and feeling super, super connected to spirit in whatever way we need to. Praying, meditation, yoga, connecting with others who are connecting with spirit. Whatever it means for you, allow yourself to tap into that even more on Sunday as well. We are going to feel the sun opposite to Pluto on Sunday, which means that we're going to be purging more rapidly any emotions that don't serve. That's part of that heavenly influence, showing us what is not working in our life, what is not flowing, what energy isn't working, and allowing us to clear it so that we can emerge more rapidly in our true heart's desire and our connection to spirit. We're also going to be surrendering, releasing anything that doesn't align, focusing on what uplifts us is what is going to help us move through that even more smoothly as well with grace, and knowing that change is constant, just allowing ourselves to react to change positively so that we can continue moving through with grace in all those areas, okay? So those are all the astrological influences. I'm going to pull some angel cards in just a second. Let's take a couple of deep breaths just to connect. I'm going to read your comments real quick to see how you guys are feeling. Jasmine says, so many synchronistic moments. I felt especially the childlike energy for the 4th of July. Makes me feel like a little kid. Thanks so much. Yes, that inner child energy is definitely packed in this week as well, with all of the passion and excitement that we're feeling throughout the week. So make sure you keep your inner child energy strong from last week as well, because it's absolutely going to help you moving really, really close and fast through this week. High Priestess Angelique says, I've been giving so much and I'm depleted. Give me some back. Yes, so that means that it's your time to get instead of give, right? And really recognizing when you give too much, because it's important this week to not overgive, to not drain yourself, making sure you're giving yourself self-love. We have to have that balance, because if we don't fill our cup up, it's going to be really hard to fill others' cup up. So really making sure that we are fulfilled and centered and balanced before we give out. That's going to be another big focus, okay? So let's take a couple deep breaths to connect and just get nice and relaxed so we can pull a couple angel cards. We'll pull those cards and then we'll be done for the reading, okay? You want to take some deep breaths with me? Have you ever meditated before? No? Okay, that's cool. You'll be good at it. You're probably a natural. All right, let's close our eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Let's get nice and relaxed, nice and comfy. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Big breath out to relax, releasing any tension from your body, any distractions from the day, allowing you to just relax completely with another deep breath in. And big breath out. And another deep breath in, full of love and gratitude, opening our heart to messages from Spirit. And big breath out to relax, allowing us to connect to our divine spirit, our source, our higher power, ready to pull some angel cards for healing and additional summary of guidance. We've got these beautiful cards, healing with the angels here. And we're going to just pull one for the beginning of the week. There it is. Let's do a spirit messages deck with the beautiful blue butterflies connecting us to our awareness of spirit, our self, our inner light, the middle of the week. And let's do that one for the end of the week as well. Whoop. Thanks, Jaden. All right, so we've got our 3 cards. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. First card, Enchantment. Enchantment, allowing us to feel the magic of our life, feeling the miracles of last month. Remember, last month was our focus on miracles in June, and this month in July is focused on forgiveness. So we also see the enchantment, the magic in forgiveness, the feeling of amazing liberation and connection and relief that comes with forgiveness, real forgiveness, and seeing the magic that happens in your life when you forgive. Also, that's the same thing for our miracles, recognizing the magic of our miracles. The miracles are within ourselves, right? Especially with all the wisdom that we got last month and last week from all of that astrological influence, we are really seeing magic in our life. And the shifts that we are experiencing this week are going to bring us even more magic, more enchantment, more bliss, more ability to see the beauty of life and the beauty of our spirit in every way. So that's for the beginning of the week, enchantment, okay? Moving on to the middle of the week, Middle of the week, how funny, we got Soul Solitude again, and this was our card for the beginning of the week last week, so we are still focusing on Soul Solitude, but this time we're focusing on it more in the middle of the week, and I think this one is really referencing that extra energy that we're going to feel on, I think it was Tuesday, where we're going to have that Mars influence with the Mercury retrograde, so a lot of intense energy that day. So it might be best to just give yourself some extra Soul Solitude that day, give yourself some peace and quiet so that you don't have any of that rocking the boat energy from all of that astrological influence. And the Soul Solitude card says, your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. Do you get soul solitude a lot? Do you get time to have peace and quiet?
When I want, yeah.
Yeah? Do you like peace and quiet, or do you like a lot of stuff going on?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's important, huh? So important to do that, okay? Of all ages, people of all ages really needing that soul solitude for the middle of the week, okay? And then the last card, do you know what that word says?
Synchronicity?
Synchronicity, the last card of the week. Synchronicity at the end of the week. And this is all about everything coming together, everything making sense, everything being aligned, allowing ourselves to find deep wisdom in all of the experiences we have this week, knowing that all of it was divinely conspired, all of it is there for a reason, and we are completely synchronized and aligned with our true self and our heart, especially because we've softened our heart, we've opened our heart, and we've listened to source, right? So the card itself says, are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending you at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. So paying attention to the people in your life, the circumstances in your life, your feelings, your thoughts, and knowing that they're all for a reason and they're all guiding you into your path and purpose even more and into your alignment, okay? So real quick, one more review, real quick. Enchantment for the beginning of the week, Soul Solitude for the middle of the week. Jaden's laughing at me because I can't hold all the cards up. Synchronicity at the end of the week, okay? Super important. And do you have anything to say to the people, Jaden?
Hi.
Jaden is, how old are you? 12?
Yeah.
12. Jaden is 12, and what do? You like to play basketball? What else do you like to do? You made me this. Oh, I don't have my bracelet on. I took it off. I took it off at the shower. He makes bracelets and tons of stuff. And he just cleaned up the whole yard from the party last night. All by himself, he cleaned up the whole yard. Nobody even asked him. He just went out this morning at 7 in the morning. I woke up and I saw you were cleaning the whole yard.
I like to cook.
Yeah. Oh, and he likes to cook. He cooked meatballs and marinara and lasagna last night. This kid, man. He's something special. I'm so happy you guys got to meet him. They said, Jaden, you are a divine star. Yes, he is, Tati. And thank you, Josie. She said, you both are so cute. We love Jaden. Yes, we do. Isn't he amazing? And I'm so happy you guys got to meet him. And I'm so happy you guys get to have another action-packed week this week full of integration of all of your spiritual energy and understanding. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. And I will see you again for another weekly reading next week, 1:11 p.m. Central Time, and I will be on time next week because I'll be home and I'll know what time zone I'm in. All right? I love you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you again later. Goodbye, everyone. Peace.